Good morning, everyone. I am making this video in case you are using your avatar or something else that you made that is hard-coded, like a cool little bug or something that you've already made, and you have like 1,000 triangles and 1,000 quads, and it's set perfectly to set up in the middle of your screen. This will not work. There's some things you're going to have to do in order to get this to work in the program that we've been developing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So onward, shall we? Whoops. So right here, here's a bunch of our code. There's our reset the game. There's our draw loop. And I'm using Anthony's code here. And Anthony has changed his cars array into bugs array. This is something that you guys can do if you want. I've done it before. Um, since you're not having cars, you're having bugs, so change the variables around. You can do it. You can also leave it at cars. If I sometimes when I change code around a real lot, you know what happens? I mess it up. So I sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'll just leave the code the way it is. I'll leave the names the way they are, but it's cool that Anthony changed them. So here's what happens now. I'll show you what this code does. It's it's just preliminary, so it's got the old the stuff in it. But see, we have instead of a green dot, we have this cool guy here, and then instead of those stupid cars, we have these bugs. It's great, and this is called glitch, I think. So how did he do that? He went through, and some of this code looks like this because we emailed it to each other. But he's got a function bug instead of function car now. But this is all looks the same. Position, it's got a velocity, it's got a width, and it's got an RGB, and it's even got a name that came from when we instantiated it or spawned it, right? We're using the position. We're moving it this way. We're adding the velocity to the position. So big deal. And you guys, is your velocities, the code that we wrote, are going -3 and +3 in the X direction, and nothing's moving around at all in the Y direction. So I'm going to change that. I can't believe I forgot to change that for this class. I think all you guys are just going to have these. This will be the year that everybody's cars just go horizontally. If you want them to go vertically too, add that, please. My goodness. Okay. Now, so the display function is a little bit different, okay? And so instead of, in that area where you have just a rectangle and two ellipses, he put all this stuff in because this is what makes his bugs. And he even has a make bug here. He has a function called make bug with all that stuff. So really, what we could have done was just put make bug in there instead. So if you want to do that, you can. I want to make sure that that works. I should have tested that beforehand, in fact. Yep, the bugs are still there. Okay, good. So he's got a function make glitch and a function make bug. These are outside the bug class. Okay, so you'll notice here that to make these bugs, there's an ellipse at 131,75, right? There's an ellipse at 125 and stuff. So let me get myself back on the screen. Really, when he had a nice screen, his bug probably appeared right in the center, or like nice in a nice area. But for our collision detection to work, we want them to appear right up here, right? Otherwise, because that's where we're drawing them from. We're drawing them from the top left-hand corner. So we're going to need to translate backwards, right? Let me see. I'm looking at myself backwards. We're going to need to translate it from here. If it pops up here, we're going to need to translate it backwards. I'll show you what I mean. Let's also look at his frog's code first also. So somewhere where we had our frog, somewhere in the game here, right at the bottom here, this was where our frog was. Ellipse, frog pause X and frog pause Y. He has glitch pause now. He renamed it to glitch pause because he has glitch instead of frog. But I've got some extra code here, okay? In fact, I have the secret answer here. In fact, let's take that out. So instead of him having just ellipse now, he's got make glitch. And as I said, we're going to have to translate. We're going to use a translate command instead of because these are all hard-coded stuff. So let's show you what we've got here so far. Hopefully you guys will be able to follow along with this. So I've got the bug and the glitch, and if I go to try to eat the glitch, it's not working. The collision detection is not working. But look at what is working. Like if I'm kind of really far away from the glitch, like I captured that glitch there. So what is going on? So what's going on is where when I'm having my glitch, whoops, when I'm having, that's not what we want. When I'm having glitch or bug, they're really far away from their hit point. So what I did to fix this was I put in what I'm calling a debugging dot. You guys can look at this here. Like make sure you keep that in as a comment here. But I put just a fill red and I put an ellipse at the same place, glitch pos X and glitch pos Y, but without this translate command. Okay, you're going to see what's going to happen. So to fix your code, to make this work, okay, put a push and a pop and a translate around your make dude command. Okay, also same thing in your class. So right here, same thing. Put a push and a translate and a pop around your make bug or your make car or whatever you've got. Okay, when you do this, see I've made this debugging dot. You're going to see this like an extra ellipse, add this dot pos dot X and this dot pos dot Y, and then I'm translating this dot pos dot X and this dot pos dot Y. Watch what's going to happen. When I run the code now, look, every bug's got a yellow dot and my glitch has got a red dot. And you see this is where this red dot is where the computer actually thinks glitch is being drawn from, and those yellow dots are where the bugs are being drawn from. So what I have to do is I have to add in a plus and a minus, or pluses and minuses. I'm going to reset this code. Looks to me like I'm going to need, for my glitch, my this is so far to the negative in X. Looks like it's about 4 or 500, negative 4 or 500 X, and it looks like it's about negative 200 Y. Okay, it's up 200 and it's to the left 200. So I'm writing it down next to myself, up 200 and minus 220 or so like that. And then these right here, let me look at the yellow, the bugs. The bugs all look like they're about 200 away from each other, like maybe they're like 100 to the right, and maybe about 100 down, or maybe 80 down. So I'm going to write that down too. So I'm going to go back to my code. So here, this is inside the bug class. Okay, and I'm going to do, so the bugs I wrote down were like about 100 to the right, and let's just say they're about 100 to the left too. I mean down also. So I'm gonna move them over so they can hit that dot, because the dot's like the hit point. Okay, and then in my other area here where my frog is, yeah, my translate, that was over like 400, and it was down like about 200. So I'm going to try these numbers. All right, and let's see what happens. I'm trying to make my dots match. Oh, so my glitch's dot is perfect now. That's where my hit point is. And then my bugs are almost perfect too. They're just a little bit over. They're still a little bit to the right. So it looks like I still need to subtract a little bit from them. Okay, so good. I'm going to go back to my code here. And let's see, I was happy with my glitch. Maybe I'll move it over about, like, I'll move it down a little bit more because it was kind of up by his head. So I'm going to move it down 220, or I'm moving him up actually. Okay, and then the other one was in the class, the bug class here, and it was, so I said the position, the X position still needed to be moved over a little bit, so I'll put it at like negative 130, and this, it might have been up too high, so I'm going to put it at 80 there. Okay, and you know, I did this before, so I kind of, I've messed with it for a while. So now these are perfect. So now my hit points match. Okay. So now I can take out my debugging dots. You know, I'm going to leave them here. I'll just comment them out. The other one is over by the frog. Here's the other debugging dot. Awesome. Okay. And you guys can see this code, I guess, at Frogger Translate. Right there. Oh, that doesn't work. I forgot. So Frogger Translate. ATK302P5 Frogger Translate. And hope that helps you. Thanks. Bye.